We disconnected the power. We shut off the breaker. We pulled the well pump out of the well using this device right here. We had to lay these two boards across the cinder blocks, and then we slapped this on top of it and pulled it out. So there's the front of it right there. And it's wiring, okay? And it runs all the way down about 60 feet. So it doesn't go down very deep. Right to the pump, which is right here. So here we have the specs of the pump. You can see that. So that's it. So I wiped this part away and I found this on the top. So this looks like it's a two-part system where this is on top and then you have this part down here, which is a different company. Alright, so being that it's raining out today, we put a little bit of heat in here. We ain't gonna do much, but if our hands get too cold, we can warm them up. Here is the top part. If I choose to, I have a replacement part right here for it. For the pump though, we're changing it up. It's still going to get this company here, but this is going to be different right here. This is going to be the same company as the top part, as I can show you right here. Alright, so this is the box for the top right here. That's the company. Okay. This is the part. So right here is the bottom, the motor. This is a 14 gauge wire, and these are some accessories that we're going to be needing. This is a shrink tubing here with some crimpers, electrical cutters, and I don't know what this part is actually called, but it's going to be needed for the top part, and lots of electrical tape you're going to need. Here's a 14 gauge wire. This is submersible, as you can see. Let me see if I can turn it so you can read it. 12 gauge. It is submersible. This pump is dated with an H, so if you go alphabetically and find out what number is H on the alphabet chart, okay, it will be August 11th, 2023. The specs on it. Being that it's cold out, we're trying to heat it up to try to unscrew it. I was looking at the pump, the motorized part of it. It has this big weld right here. I'm thinking that could have been one of the problems with it. Looks like it has cancer. Alright, so when putting Teflon tape onto threads, I always like to go 4 times around to make sure that it has a good seal. Usually 4 times does it on any threads, because once this gets immersed, you don't want to have to take it back out, or you won't even know it's leaking. And the bad thing about these sub pumps is if there's a leak in the line, you're going to see some issues coming up in your pressure. And that means if you see problems like that, that means you're going to have to take it apart and do it all over again. So 4 times a rule of thumb, 5 to 6, it ain't going to hurt it. And then just make sure you tighten it down really good. Alright, so everything's connected over here. We ran the rope through it, tied it down to this hole. Okay, we secured the electrical wire through here and secured it up here. So now it's a matter of connecting these wires here to the new wire. Alright, so we couldn't find this whole unit the way it comes, so we went to the hardware store and we ended up getting parts that were similar to it, which this is pretty much the same thing right here. Okay, so this is all pretty much a 1-inch fitting. Okay, we used this to take the place of this, and to make this up we add this here and here to tie this in, so we have this part down here. That's the best we can do. It's pretty much the same setup. It'll work. It'll push the water through. I mean, that's all that's going on. The water's going through. And then I ended up picking this up because this comes with the parts we need for the wiring here. As for this one here, well, it came with this part here, and it's open, so they probably lost it. But it came with this, but it didn't come with the washers, which we need the washers to run the wires through in here, because it'll just be too loose. It'll just flop around. It wouldn't be airtight sealed. So this is going to go back, and we're going to use this one instead. Take this, and I'm going to put this on there. Alright, put this on here. That's ready to go. Alright, finishing up the electrical, running it under the pipe to the end. Have a lot of leftovers. I'll just run across this. It runs all the way down. I don't know if you can see it. It's getting dark out, but we're just about finished with this job. Here it comes to the pump, and then we're going to drop it in down in there.
Watch your head dripping. I didn't want to drip it on your head. See?
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Swing it. No.
Should have been facing it. Alright, so now it's just a matter of tightening that down, plugging in the well pump line into that gray PVC, and then connecting the electrical, and then that's it. And hopefully it'll kick on with no problem.
Alright, so power this puppy on.
Alright, so the new well pump is in the well. Now we're up here and we're going to test it out. You see, there's no pressure in the tank right now. If this does have a problem, this will trip and shut it off. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Right now I'm going to turn on the power. Which is right there. Make sure it's all the way up. All right. Now I'm going to turn this just a little bit. You can see it's starting to build up pressure. But if I let it go, it stops. I have to let it go up to 30 psi or better. And then it'll take over from there. Let's go to trips. Oh, I went too high up. Oh, that's the other thing. You can't go too high up. You it'll be like right there. And then you let it go. Then it takes over on its own. I use the pliers here because this piece of metal is kind of sharp. They should have a piece of rubber at the end, but they don't, so it is what it is. As you can see, it's almost at 60, and then that's it. So far no problems. If a problem does occur, I'll let you know. If you have any comments, anything you want to suggest, greatly appreciate it. Other than that, this is done.